What's up, guys? What's going on? I realize that it's summertime, so we're reviewing summer blockbusters, and I know what everyone is thinking. We have so many comic book movies that we should do a comic book movie, and so you're in luck. We
Hello.
did we did do a comic book movie in the loosest sense of the term. So
The
come
comic
back.
strip movie.
Yeah, yes, that was the implication I was going to get to after the commercial.
You
But
can't set up jokes that
this-
we can easily just steal from you. You got to be better at this.
It's
you
not
would
even.
have figured it out.
It's not
if
even
you
a
knew what
joke.
movie
It's a
we were talking about.
description.
I guess
It's
you do know because you've seen the picture. You've seen the
and
second shot of
you've
picture.
clicked on the words. I
But
assume.
come back
True.
next week. I assume our subscribers just blindly believe and trust in what we're making, and we'll just like, I'm not even going to look at the cover photo or
I'm not
the fact
going to
that it's your
read
channel.
what I'm hitting
Yeah.
play on.
Just going to click on it. But yes, come back after this commercial break when we tell you what comic strip movie we're talking about. What's up, guys? Turning things off over here on the Bomb Squad. If you like our podcast, don't forget to like and subscribe. We also have a short films podcast called Hada Films, where we have all our scary shorts, narratives, and even previews to our films. What's that? We do have feature films. We have 3 feature films. One called The Last Ones. It has some zombies. One called Borderland. It has a lot of Mexicans. And then we have one called The Empty Space. It has a lot of elevated horror. So if any of those things interest you, and if you've been watching the World Cup, you know that Mexico is now the hero of the world. So go check out Borderland. They're all on Tubi, different streaming services. Go rent.
It's
them,
always been
buy
my
them.
hero of the world, so
Yeah.
this is the same
Yeah.
to me.
The,
Yeah.
the world is
Nothing has
finally
changed.
catching up to what we knew since Aztec times. But go check them out, and we'll see you back on the podcast. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. If you've noticed that today we are, if you look to the side, you'll see. Oh, well, we haven't shown it yet. You don't know what movie we're doing.
Yeah.
So yes,
It's a mystery.
Today we're doing summer blockbusters. This movie wasn't really. Well, we can talk about it in a second. It's one of those tricky movies. But today we are covering 1990s Dick Tracy, directed by Warren Beatty and starring Warren Beatty as Dick Tracy himself.
Starring Warren Beatty's Psychosis.
It was written by Chester Gould, Jim Cash, and Jack Epps Jr. Apparently, it was written by Dick Tracy villains because they all sound like.
I
Flat
know.
top
Yeah,
and
it's like the best name.
Small face, yeah.
It also stars alongside Mr. Beatty. It stars Al Pacino as Big Boy Capri,
Mm-hmm.
Madonna as Breathless Mahoney, and also Dustin Hoffman shows up as. What are you
Mumbles.
doing,
Mumbles.
Dustin Hoffman? Oh yeah, his name's Mumbles.
Yeah.
Oh, and William Forsythe is also here. He's playing Flat Top.
Yeah.
A rare blonde Dustin Hoffman. It looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into how the characters look. That's
Yeah.
gonna be a big talking point in about 10 minutes. So Dick Tracy, they wanted to make a movie. It kind of went through everyone. It took 18 years to make. From Steven Spielberg started, then John Landis got the closest. He was actually going to hire Clint Eastwood, and then he just happened to kill 2 people on the set of The Twilight Zone, and he had to drop
Oops.
out. Great
Yeah.
job, John Landis.
Of
You're
all
a
kinds
monster.
of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. The more you learn about John Landis, the more you hate him. Also, Walter Hill, who directed The Warriors. I would have liked to see Walter Hill. But see, here's the other thing. So then they had Martin Scorsese. Martin Scorsese was good to go because then they wanted like Clint Eastwood. They reached out to Harrison Ford, and Warren Beatty was only supposed to produce it. But then Warren Beatty was like, "Oh, what if I played Dick Tracy?" And they're like, "Okay, that's great. You're a huge star, so sure."
Yeah. What if?
And so then he got Martin Scorsese, but then he didn't want to give Martin Scorsese final cut. You know that thing that Martin Scorsese is famous for needing?
Yeah.
And so then Warren Beatty was like, "I got an even better idea. What if I
What if?
also direct it?" And so that's the thing, like in the trivia, it's like, oh, this guy was rumored, and it's like once Beatty was involved, there was no way that Beatty was not going to direct this film.
Yeah,
He's
the
a
maniac.
yeah. He's
You get the sense that Warren Beatty literally thinks he is Dick Tracy as both
Yeah.
director and actor and everything else. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Heartthrob.
yeah. So they greenlit the movie. They wanted it, especially after Batman. They were like, much like we're about to see with Obsession. They were like, let's get every property we can and turn it into a movie. That's going to be a hit, right?
Yeah.
And as Hollywood's about to learn for the 100th time, it's a give and take.
But I do think like this wasn't like a bomb. It's more like, oh, they thought it was going to do Batman numbers, and it's like, come on,
Right.
guys.
Yeah,
it was not going to make Batman money.
It made 162 million, and it did make some money, but yeah, they literally said that they wanted it to match Batman, and so
Yeah.
Jeffrey Katzenberg was like, it wasn't really worth it to us. And then another funny thing is, so before the movie started, they showed a short called Roger Rabbit. It was a Roger Rabbit short. It's the only Roger Rabbit short that's ever been
Yeah.
produced.
That's
Called
crazy.
Roller Coaster Rabbit. And the reason there's only one, there was actually two being made. But Steven Spielberg was like, hey, you should put the first Roger Rabbit cartoon in front of Arachnophobia because I'm producing that. And Disney was clearly like, well, Arachnophobia is a horror film, so no.
Right.
And
Yeah,
so-
that's insane.
So Steven Spielberg was like, fine, I'm not going to work on the other one. He completely canceled it. And so, I got to
Dang.
say, if I have to disclose my thoughts on that, what the hell are you doing, Steven? Like, of course they're not going to put it in front of Arachnophobia.
Right.
It's the wrong vibe.
That's psychotic. Yeah.
I mean, maybe put it in front of both. I could see that, but just Arachnophobia?
That's
what
like when I
Yeah.
saw Isle of Dogs at a theater, but it was like a kids matinee showing, and one of the trailers was for The Endless, and all the kids were crying by the end of the trailer. It's like, yeah, why would you
Oh.
show The Endless
Yeah.
trailer in front of Isle of Dogs, the cute kids movie?
Right.
Oh,
right.
also another thing was
Weird
that
crossover.
okay, so they did again. This is coming off the huge success of Batman, so of course they get Danny Elfman, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But they also got Steven Sotomayor to
Sondheim,
Oh,
yeah.
Sondheim. Yeah. To do like are they the crooning songs that he wrote?
yeah,
Like,
to write Madonna's like
This is such a
it's so weird.
that American Dad were also able to. I will say they are good songs, but what the hell? And he's like in
Yeah.
the credits. I was like, what the hell? But yeah,
I know. It's like a special credit for songs by. And
Yeah.
also what's weird about the credits is that like in the cast, like Al Pacino is just like randomly in a column.
not
of, like,
even
names.
yeah, and
Like, he's not even like top billed.
yeah.
He's just like he's
And
third
he's-
in a row of other guys.
Well, I do know that Al Pacino at one point was considering going like creditless, but he was like,
Okay.
oh, it's because nobody will know it's me, and it's like everyone, it doesn't like they barely put makeup on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
that's-
gave you a hump. That's like
yeah,
about
he's
it.
not like the other guys.
they
You're
get
supposed-
yeah.
Yeah, you're Big Boy Capri, but like it's an ironic nickname. You're very short.
Yeah.
But anyway, now that we've gotten all of that nonsense out of the way, whose turn is it to talk?
I think I actually did do it
Oh, it is
successfully
your
last
turn.
time.
No, it was because William did it last time for Supergirl.
I think I did
Oh.
it last time.
Yeah,
I'm not
so
I'm pretty
good
sure.
job, buddy. Now this
Okay.
actually helped. Keep it as short as possible. 'Cause we're about to get into.
Dick Tracy is a hard-nosed detective in a city rife with crime, and the crime is about to bite back.
Yeah. Also,
Very good.
I guess.
Dick Tracy is a police officer the way that like the Punisher is a police officer, where
Yeah.
he'll just break any law and it's okay. You're supposed to be like, that's fine because
It's supposed to be-
Right. He's like a
Very
superhero
different
without
time.
powers.
I'm not
Yeah.
familiar with Dick Tracy outside of this. Like, is the comic just supposed to be like a noir comic strip, or is it like a parody of noir? The way this movie feels like a parody of noir.
Well,
I
see,
mean, I bet
that's
it's
one of the-
campy and silly.
It is supposed to be more for kids, but I would say one of the problems with this movie is it is not campy at all.
It is.
It does not feel like a parody of noir.
It's hard. It's
Yeah.
weirdly hard edged, but everything looks like a Roger Rabbit cartoon, but as a person.
Yeah.
It's
See,
very
that's-
strange.
You
There's
know,
lots of
when we-
guns.
Well, let's get into it. So this movie
Yeah.
starts, and we live in an unnamed city, and like we were saying, this city looks like, you know how in a lot of the continuity you have Gotham City on this side of the river, and then you have Metropolis on this side of the river. that's kind of what this feels like, where you have Dick Tracy Town on this side and you have Sin City on this side, because
Yeah.
it's like it took all
Yeah.
the color from Sin City and it added
It's
it to it.
so
Like everything
Right.
is blue.
every
Yeah.
cityscape looks so good. They're all these
Yeah.
like huge,
Oh,
like
yeah.
borderline like they're like cartoon matte paintings, but it like all of the sets and like set design stuff's
And
amazing.
it's a
Yeah.
mix of color and of actual sets and matte paintings, which is why it looks
Right.
so good. But yes,
And there's like a scene where there's like a car that's like they show someone doing something over here, and then they like just go up and like you see like the matte painting. Then there's like a car that's like driving down an actual street, but it's like somehow also in between the matte paintings. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Kind of.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
It's
the
this
visuals are
blend.
so unique.
It's
Yeah.
almost like people
awesome.
will be like walking through like the Nighthawks painting. It's
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
That'll just be
totally.
in the background, basically.
You know what's kind of crazy is that, like, yeah, I feel like the way, and 1990 is kind of where matte paintings are going to take a sidestep to CGI.
Yeah.
But it's crazy that what we can do with matte paintings, like only James Cameron can do with like CGI, where he's able to like make it look indistinguishable from real life. Where with
Like
making
make you feel like
this
you're there.
movie,
Yeah.
the only reason you can tell that it looks kind of that it doesn't look real is because it's so cartoony.
It's
Yeah.
like
It's, like,
deliberately
intentional.
like
Yeah.
stylized, which I think
Mhm.
works to its credit. You know.
So then we start on the kid who's like a little kid who's an orphan,
Yeah.
and he's also from the comic strip. I was like, did they add this kid for summer moviness? But they did not. And he's going into a warehouse. He's like looking, and this is where we get to one of the biggest, in my eyes, disappointments of the entire movie, is that we meet the gang, and the gang, like, they all look like Dick Tracy cartoons. Like, there's a guy named Littleface, and he has a giant head that's like this big, and he has a little tiny face like this.
Yeah.
And then there's like another guy who has like a bunch of shit on his like they all look like grotesque monsters.
They're all called like
Right, yeah.
prune face, big nose, and then the
face,
nose
yeah.
will literally be like
Yeah.
this big. Like
Yeah.
it looks horrific. It looks
And
really
s-
gross.
And
Yeah.
so you're like, oh man, this is gonna be cool. Like everyone's gonna look like a monster. It's gonna be like they're gonna have superpowers or something. And then some dude, flat top, who has a flat head.
He looks like
just-
Alfred E. Newman. He's
he
he's
looks
a
like,
he's
Yeah.
he's a human Alfred E. Newman.
he
Yeah.
busts in and just murders everyone. And it's
Right, yeah.
like,
Straight
oh,
up.
okay. And I think this is like, this scene is a pretty good summation of the film, where it's like, you did all this to like make them look like cartoons and like make them look like giant monsters and like make
Mhm.
them look real cool. And then you did nothing with them whatsoever.
Yeah,
It was
and it's
like,
just
they could've
gangs.
just
It's just
normal
gangsters
movies.
shooting each other with Tommy guns.
Yeah.
That's like the
Yeah,
whole movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so okay, so then the kid runs away, and then we get to Dick Tracy. We're still like, this is barely the first.
This is
We
like
get to
3
Dick-
minutes.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
attending the opera with his
Yeah.
girl, not his
And-
wife,
yes.
which is important.
Right. With his
It's a
with his
big-
dame. Yeah.
and he gets a call on his
his wrist communicator.
little watch phone.
Again,
yeah.
a very Batman-esque
Hey, Dick
person.
Tracy.
Yeah.
We got a crime scene here, and he's like,
Some
I'll be right
things.
back. And then he goes to the crime scene. He's like, yeah, they're dead. All right, I gotta go finish this play. He goes
Yeah.
back to the play. It's like, guys, we didn't need this scene. Like,
But like,
you guys.
that is
Yeah.
very campy that he goes to check out the crime scene and does it so quickly he doesn't miss the matinee or like the end of the show.
The
But it's
end,
also
yeah.
like it's a weird mix.
It's a weird mix because this would essentially be the first joke, unless you count the way the monsters look as jokes. I'm gonna call them monsters the whole time.
Sure.
Unless you count the way the monsters look, this is the first joke, and it barely feels like a joke. It does. It feels like I never know if they're trying to like poke fun at the noir tropes or if they just don't know how to blend how
They just
crazy
like
the
it.
world looks and the
Yeah.
story they're trying to tell. Because the story's pretty grounded. And
Yeah,
so
the,
then
the story's grounded for sure. I mean, this whole I feel like whenever they were in pre-production, like Warren Beatty was just like, I want everything to just pop. Like I want
Yeah.
every frame to just be chock full of crazy. Like even the shot of the opera is like, it's like super close up on the back of like Dick Tracy and Tess's head, and then like super far in the background is like the opera, and the opera set even still like looks like pretty epic.
yeah.
And so it's like they're way more concerned for sure with like style over substance kind of thing. I think is going to be a big
yeah.
topic that we kind of have
Yeah.
here.
And Warren Beatty does look like he just walked out of the comic strip, which is even more
Yeah.
like, why did you make them like? I think like this is mainly based on in the Dick Tracy cartoon, and I take this because Looney Tunes would parody it, where they'd be like, "Oh no, it's Big Lips," and then they would cut to like a drawing of like a mobster all grotesque.
Yeah.
I don't know if Dick Tracy actually did that, or if we're all just remembering that Daffy Duck did it in a Dick Tracy
Yeah.
parody.
Yeah.
But much like this movie, I don't think they know either. So he catches the kid, and then the kid runs away because he's trying to steal something. And then Dick
Yeah.
Tracy chases him into like the train yard, and the kid runs away. And Dick Tracy's like, "Damn, kid." Then he goes back to his girlfriend.
Yeah. Well, doesn't he still find him? Doesn't he?
No, he does find him, because then a large part of the movie is who will take care of this kid, because Dick Tracy's like, he can just stay with me.
Yeah, because they bring him back to
Right.
the diner, and he's like,
Yeah.
"I will take you to child services."
And
that's when the kid wants
weirdly,
to
the
leave.
child services
Yeah.
angle comes up a lot.
Yeah,
It's
he
like
does-
a big,
Yeah, it does.
it's a big subplot in this film, is whether or not the kid has to go to the orphanage.
yeah.
I feel like Tess and the kid are all about orphanage. That's the running joke, and then the other running joke for Tess, his girlfriend, is like they're always having a conversation, and he always gets a call. Like I think that's like what the opera thing was like setting up too. Was like it is the first joke, but that joke will be made over and over.
And it's very
over
it's
it doesn't
again.
get funnier.
but
No,
it's so weird. Like, I don't even think it's necessary, because it's like Dick Tracy insists that he take care of this kid, but he also keeps leaving and being like, "Hey, watch the kid while I'm gone, huh?" It's like, why did you
Yeah.
pick up this kid and then just
Who's
pawn
gonna
him
watch
out?
this
Like,
kid? Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it doesn't seem almost like a joke. It just seems like he's bad at this like
Right.
surrogate
Having a-
father idea.
That's
you
the
know?
whole-
Having an
Well,
orphan.
That's the only way I'll accept Robin into the Batman universe. If Bruce is just constantly
It's just
um,
just a bad
and
dad.
Yeah.
so then they're like, okay, he's gonna take care of this kid. He might have seen something, so they're like, we'll talk. Tess, his girlfriend, wants to get married, and that's Dick Tracy's whole deal. And then also
Yeah.
sometimes he gets stopped by the paparazzi, and they'll ask him questions like,
He's
"Hey, it seems like you're very into the crime. You want to stop it?" And he's like,
yeah, they're like, "Hey, you
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah, I
mayor? Like, you gonna be police chief?" He's like, "Oh, I don't want to sit behind a
Can't do
desk.
it. Yeah. a
I love
desk job.
action.
Who's going to
I
stop
need
the
I need the
criminals,
blood
but
and the
not me?
guts."
"I can't
Yeah,
be behind a desk. I'm committed to the law."
and this
so
is
then we cut.
I don't
to-
respect my relationships.
Yeah, I don't love my wife. And then we cut to another misstep in this movie, but it is also the best thing about it, because we cut to Madonna, and she's playing Breathless Malone, who's a lounge singer, and Madonna has somehow come out of a different movie that takes place in the 2000s and does not take place in 1931, because she starts off and she's facing away from the camera, filling up her body, and like then she turns around and she sings the song Never Moving to kind of show you how beautiful she is, like how
Yeah.
statuesque she is. And it's like, this girl isn't playing before the Big Bopper. Like, there's no way that this performance is getting away with
Right.
in 1939.
right.
Totally.
I mean, it's all very
She has the
out
90s
of time.
She has
Yeah.
the 90s equivalent of iPhone face. She has like cordless phone face.
Yeah.
For,
She has
Um,
80s Madonna face, and
Right.
to undercut this though, it keeps cutting between her performance and the mobster Big Lips, as he disgustingly eats oysters one after the other.
Right.
And I believe
And
Big
it's
Lips is played by
Sorvino.
it's Paul
the guy from
Sorvino.
the
And Paul
Goodfellas.
Sorvino-
Goodfellas. Yeah.
which was the
Both-
same
both-
year. Just funny that he was in both.
Well, and that's the other thing. If you think about it, if Scorsese had stuck around to make this movie, he would not have made Goodfellas.
Right.
So thank you, Warren Beatty, for being.
Yeah. You really
I know.
saved the world. Save the cheerleader,
And
save
yeah,
the girl.
it's almost also like he's completely covered in makeup, and it takes you a few seconds to realize it's Paul Sorvino, if you even know who he is.
Yeah.
And I still think this role is kind of embarrassing for him. Like he looks so hideous, and they're making him like eat oysters. He's like,
It's so gross.
Yeah.
It's so like, but it's very unpleasant to watch. Yes.
yeah.
he's a horrifying monster. And so
Unfortunately.
then he's like, yeah. Then
Madonna
he-
does not
he,
even
like-
shy away from it. She's just like, yeah, you used to
Yeah.
not be
She's
so
like,
fat
I
when you
hate
ate."
this in you.
Yeah.
And then the cops come in. They're like, Big Lips and Breathless, yeah, come in with us. And then he gets to the cop car. He's like, you ain't the cops.
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
Nobody talks like that in the movie. I just keep doing it because they should have.
I mean, yeah,
And
the
we're
vibe is
gonna
that
all- I
accent,
feel
even
like
if they
we're
don't.
The
all
vibe-
gonna do
It's
Yeah.
it's almost weird how normal they talk for how
You're not a cop, or you're a thief.
silly.
Right.
They also
right.
like because Madonna doesn't have prosthetics. Warren Beatty doesn't. Very like a lot of people don't. Just the mobsters do. So when normal people have to interact with them, it looks even more like Uncanny
And-
Valley. You know?
So
Yeah.
it really plays into that trope of like ugly people being evil because, like Josh said,
Yes.
every single monster is a bad guy.
Totally.
They needed
Yeah.
at least
yeah.
one bad, like monster good guy who looks like a grotesque monster.
They do.
Yeah.
They do dress everyone equally insane and like super
Who's just
bright
like-
colors, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
should have been
Like the
the
receptionist
secretary.
at the police station could have been a crazy person.
She's like, "Don't worry, Tracy, I'll help you." And she turns around, and her eyes are like too big for her body.
Yeah, they're
It's
it's the
floating out of
Sarah
the skull.
Squirm, you know,
She just
like
has
whole
a skull
thing.
like Skeletor.
Yeah. Hello.
So they arrest or they take Big Lips, and then he quickly realizes that it's actually Al Pacino and Flat Top who's done it. And then Al Pacino puts him in a wooden box that they're just dumping. Oh, they're like, "I'm gonna give you the shower," and he's dumping
Oh, yeah.
concrete on him. And he's like, "Oh, I need you to sign over your club." And then Madonna's like, "Well, I don't want to die, so I'll go with you, I guess."
Yeah.
And so he's like,
No,
he
she
goes-
she says this is the because every Madonna line is sexual
yeah.
because he's like,
Yes.
take that coat off. All my women wear mink, and she's like, I look good in nothing at all.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, this
Okay.
is PG Madonna.
I-
This is
I
I
would-
guess she's
well,
his
and-
girlfriend now.
That's the big thing too, because they kill Big Lips by pouring concrete on him, and then they drop him in a hole. And then Madonna's talking about how she looks just as good, like naked or not sexy. And I'm like, who is the audience for this movie?
I know. And at the same
Why
time,
are
this
you
whole
talk-
thing could be animated and on the Disney
Yeah.
Channel. Like,
Yeah. And so while all that's happening, then at one point here, Dick Tracy's like listening because he's like, "Where should I go?" And then he like runs and he jumps on a light pole. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but fucking Warren Beatty plants into that light post, and you can see his head like ricochet off of it.
Oh, no.
He kind of slowly sinks down, and I was like, "Damn, bro, that looked like it hurt."
Oh, it did. Oh, it did.
We talk to every time there's any kind of action scene. It's a lot of Dick Tracy chasing people.
Mhm.
The score, the Danny Elfman score, is just Batman. It's like
Yeah.
99.9%
Totally, yeah.
Batman.
I think that
Which is cool.
also hurt. No, see, I think that hurts it.
Really?
Because you're expecting Batman level action, and the action
Oh,
is like,
And it's
Tracy
just Warren Beatty
jumps
running.
on a pole.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
it's not
and
like
see-
I mean,
I-
that's... Oh.
But
so-
like
go
Danny
ahead.
Elfman's done other scores that sound like unique. This is just like, oh yeah, that's the Batman
Well,
theme when he's
yeah,
like in the
for
car.
sure.
And
Yeah.
it's funny because the next year he does Darkman, and Darkman, despite being a very similar topic and kind of look, it sounds completely different. It does not sound like Batman. It does sound a little bit like Batman at the end, but it doesn't really sound like Batman the most part.
I do.
And so it's like we know
I mean, Danny Elfman's always kind of Danny Elfman.
I do think
Yeah.
though, because apparently Danny Elfman's commentary of working on this movie is that Warren Beatty's insane. So I do wonder if like Warren Beatty was just like, no, do Batman again. Like he's just
Yeah,
like, just no, make it
I,
sound like this.
Right.
You know?
I could also see Disney, now that we know how
Yeah,
Disney
yeah,
works,
exactly.
being like,
Mhm.
no, it needs to
Yeah.
sound like Batman. And then
Just
again,
do it
I
again.
was correct. Now that I'm looking at my notes, so the boy does leave, and Dick Tracy
Yeah,
does not catch him because then he goes and saves the kid from his dad.
Yeah, well,
who's
he
just-
he died.
Yeah,
He died. He goes in front of a train, and then
Yeah.
you think Dick Tracy's going to go back to the diner because he lost the kid,
right.
and
he
then
goes into the
and then he
house.
goes to the next scene with the dad in the house, and it's like he's just there, and it's like,
And-
why even do the train? Like,
And the kid is
What?
like, the dad is like, he's like, I'm gonna beat the hell out of you, kid. And he starts punching him, and Dick Tracy
Yeah.
comes in. He's like, how about punching someone your own size? And then he beats him up.
Oh,
They
it's
live
not.
in
It's not.
his
It's not
dad.
his dad. It's
Yeah.
another hobo that he's working for.
Yeah, it's the
when
guy
they
who,
later when they're
owns
like,
him.
"Where your parents, kid?" He's like, "Don't got none of those." It's like, "What's your name?" "Don't got one of those either."
yeah,
You know,
my name is
so-
Kid.
And then they destroy the house that the kid lives in. So it's like, well,
Yeah.
Dick Tracy, I guess you have no other choice.
Right, he's an orphan
Um,
and homeless now.
Yeah. And so then Al Pacino has taken the club and the bar, and then
Yeah. Al Pacino very much is into the choreography of the club. And...
no, we're not there yet.
Oh, not yet.
Okay. Then we get to Dick Tracy arresting Big Boy and everyone else in one of the many montages.
Oh my god, I zoned out those montages so hard.
There's he arrests everyone but Big Boy, because then he gets Mumbles, and that's how he
right.
He arrests all of his goons.
They immediately they're like, Big Boy, you can't touch him. And so he's let out, and then they talk to Mumbles, and then this is where we get a surprise cameo playing the stenographer. Nobody else understood it but me, because that's my true love. Dolores Claiborne herself.
What?
Kathy Bates plays.
I didn't notice.
Oh, I didn't notice.
This movie has insane cameos. Dick Van Dyke is in it for 3 minutes later.
Yeah.
So there's no real reason to talk about that other than to say we
I did not know it was Dolores Claiborne.
Thank you, we don't know why you're in this movie.
Kathy Bates, come on the pod.
So then we don't really have guests on this pod, but
she might do it.
You could do it for Kathy.
So then they're talking to Mumbles, and he mumbles, and that's why, because Kathy Bates, she's a stenographer, and she's like, I don't know what he said.
Right.
There's three mumble scenes, and the joke is he mumbles, but they all go on forever.
And it only matters once, and it's the most obvious. Anyway, so then, and I the reason that we're all being kind of confused as to how this plot goes is because there's a lot of stuff that doesn't really happen. It doesn't really matter. And also, every scene, because it's filmed like this way, they get pretty monotonous. Because you're looking at essentially empty rooms sometimes with light hitting one side of it, and you're like, oh yeah, this is definitely the interrogation scene,
Right.
And then, Mumbles, when they're talking to him, he doesn't have any pants on.
Oh yeah. And he's got this the harshest light ever on him, so it looks like he's melting.
And they do the kind of he wants some water. It's pretty good, Mumbles, and he just is like, huh?
And they get it out of a fountain that's like a dog, but it the fountain's where the dog's dick would be. It's what?
Again,
okay,
this is supposed to be I guess
Disney. I don't know.
Right. So that's the thing. It's exactly what you're saying. It's it's hard to kind of pay attention to the plot because just how everything looks and the vibe and the style is so much more interesting than the story. That it's I don't care what's happening.
When we reviewed Sin City, we kind of talked about how the characters had to look and talk like that because of how different the world looks. You need that kind of you need that disconnect. A lot of times you're looking for the connection between you and the audience, but you need that disconnect so the audience can buy the world you're selling them. And because this movie plays it so straight, you never buy it. And that, again, that's not the worst thing in the world. But if they're not going to buy it, you have to keep them entertained. You cannot have just random scenes of the same scene over and over and over again.
I think you're exactly right. It's like these guys are just play acting in this weird playhouse, but they're not actually in the playhouse.
It does a lot. There's a lot of stuff where it'll either cut to it a lot or because the next scene is the Al Pacino giving notes, and it goes on so long that he's giving these dress rehearsal notes.
So Madonna's singing and Al Pacino's singing with her, here's how you dance, and then he's dancing. And I will say, Al Pacino was nominated for an Oscar for this, which is hilarious. But
he 100%,
crazy.
What? He 100% deserved that fucking Oscar because he's the only one who knows what movie they're making.
Yes,
totally.
He is the best part.
He's almost
do you know who he lost to though?
No, but he's almost playing it like Danny DeVito plays the Penguin in Batman Returns. I assume he lost it to Robert De Niro in Goodfellas.
Joe Pesci in Goodfellas.
Good Joe Pesci.
There you go.
I mean, come on.
I know,
iconic.
Career-defining performance.
He's bringing it home. He's wearing a hump. He's dancing like a dummy. And he's just having the time of his life. And if everyone was doing that, I guess Dustin Hoffman is doing that too, but in a very annoying Dustin Hoffman way.
Apparently, Al Pacino also insisted on more prosthetics to try to become unrecognizable. It still very much looks like Al Pacino, but it's
And they were
Yeah.
supposed to originally make him fat, but he didn't want to be fat, so that's why they gave him the hump. So there would be a reason why he's called like Big or Big Time Malone or Big Boy Malone.
Okay.
Oh, it's Big Boy Capri. Big Boy Malone is a better name, Dick Tracy. So
Yeah,
then,
let's-
then
retroactively change it.
Breathless, Madonna, and Dick Tracy, he's like, can you testify against Big Boy?
This is
Pacino.
this is a crazy. This is what I was like. Wait, is this movie rated R? Because when he goes to Madonna in the dressing
She's
room,
naked. Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
just straight. It's like a sheer black negligee, and you just see her full nude body underneath it.
Yeah.
And I was
She's
like,
Yeah.
wearing panties,
how did
but
you
that's it.
avoid the rating? That's
That is so
crazy.
funny.
It's like how
Like-
Spaceballs gets the F word in there, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you showed this movie, if you showed any of Madonna's scenes from this movie to a Zoomer, their brains would explode with the sexual tension. Like they can't
Yeah.
handle. that
Literally,
kind of-
every time
they
she
can't handle
talks
one
to him,
Madonna role.
she gets
yeah.
like 2
Right.
inches away and naked, and is like, "Are you gonna bring me in?" You know,
Yeah.
it is the most sexual performance of all time.
There's a part where before he's interrogating them, Dick Tracy, they're like, "Hey, we want a phone call," and Dick Tracy grabs the phone, rips it out of the cord, and throws it at them, and goes, "There's your phone." And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, good. He doesn't follow just.
Yeah,
Like, you can't
he-
be the justice guy and also.
He
it'd be
doesn't
like
believe
if
in
Batman was going
Miranda
around
rights.
killing everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he's like a good rogue, I guess. Like
Yeah.
he's kind of indefinable, which feels very 30s for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, this is where. So yeah, I made a mistake.
I don't even know what we are in the plot anymore. if I'm
He's
being
like
honest.
when he runs, they go up to Madonna's room and he sneaks out, and that's when he smashes his face into the light post. It's
Oh, okay.
That oh,
Yeah, because he goes to her house and she lives like in that purple house that looks kind of
Yeah.
like the blue velvet room that
And
Isabella Rossellini lives in.
yeah. it does.
Yeah.
And here's where you guys are like, okay, you guys have talked about 45 different characters. Surely there's not another main villain character. Well, guess what? You're in luck. It's like Dick Tracy took every single comic and tried to put it all in this
Dude,
movie.
that's how I was thinking that exact same thing watching it. I was just like, this is trying to show you exactly everything that
Everything,
Dick Tracy
yeah.
ever did. And it's
Yeah.
like, no one's reading this comic strip anymore, man. Just
You know,
give
and
me the hits.
as much as I want to, it does kind of feel like if you compare this movie to like He-Man, where like He-Man knew when to like not like we can't include Orko because that's too much stuff. We'll put him at the end or whatever.
Yeah.
Where this one is like, nah, put him in. I don't care.
Yeah.
He's got to go
Who
in there
cares?
somewhere. So there's another killer. There, it's the blank. They have no face, which is the coolest looking monster
Yeah.
in the movie. He has a blank face and he's just going around killing mobsters.
and he has a voice like ow ow. He's kind of a
Yeah.
slender
He talk
man.
like
It
that.
sounds like a
He's got
like
the
a-
voice changer. The voice.
You know what
It's like a
you know who
Jawa
he talks
kinda.
like? He talks like the hero from the movie,
and
the
he's
film of the year so far. He talks
slender.
like the psycho killer.
the psycho killer. He
Go
does
watch
talk
our
like the psycho
God,
killer.
That's on Hulu now, I think.
Go watch,
And-
yeah, it is. Go watch the Psycho Killer review. It is less sexual for some reason than Dick
Yeah.
Tracy.
But as incomprehensible, so don't worry.
They,
If you want to know what's going on,
But
don't
I
look
do
here.
appreciate they do define this deep throat character. I don't know if they ever have a name, but it's a faceless.
I think it's
man.
No Face. I believe
No
the name is
Face.
No Face.
No, it's
And
yeah,
but he's
the blank.
making these deals
Oh, okay.
that are clearly both against and for Dick Tracy, and it's clear there's some sort of long-term double dealing scheme going on because he's like, I'll help you get Dick Tracy, but then he tells Dick Tracy like, oh, I'll help you get them off. Like it's very like
Yeah.
both sides are being played here by this guy.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
a piano
yeah, he
player.
played
It
both
doesn't
sides.
matter, but he's involved.
Yeah.
They involve the
There's-
piano player.
There's also a piano player, and it's like, hey man, we're full. Like you need.
Yeah.
To,
We don't need
Right.
a
Right.
37th
We're not
main character.
We're not gonna mention that piano player again because he shouldn't be in this.
And this is and then
Oh,
then it basically goes to Al Pacino with the rest of the mob, which is 50 more characters.
Which is
right?
where we get to
Yeah.
see another guy who just says yes to everything. James Caan shows up.
James
Yeah,
Caan.
Mr.
Yeah,
Caan. Yeah.
his
Thank
one
you, Mr.
scene.
Caan, for this Godfather reunion for some reason.
This is
I-
his
I did-
only
I did-
scene, right? I don't think he goes.
Yeah, no,
He died.
Right.
What I
Yeah.
like though, because it's Big Boy is almost trying to unionize the mob to be like, hey, we're stronger together. which is funny because he's Jimmy Hoffa in The Irishman. So it's like, oh, he's always playing a union organizer mobster in every movie.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, let's unionize so the cops will be too powerful for the cops. And then James Caan's like, nah.
Yeah.
I think it's a bad idea, and I think you suck. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he leaves.
And so Al Pacino's like, let me show you a magic trick, and he blows him up in his car. James Caan, if you're playing a mobster, don't go in a car, dummy. You can get killed there.
Don't go on a toll road. Don't go to any meetings.
even Warren Beatty, the most narcissistic director of all time, knew that if you get Caan, you put Khan's face in there. He gives him the littlest mustache.
Yeah.
And everyone else looks like a fucking Where the Wild Things Are. Also, so originally it was not James Caan. It was supposed to be Gene Hackman. And Gene Hackman, they asked Gene Hackman if he wanted to cameo, and he said, I will never work with Warren Beatty again if he's directing.
Whoa.
Wait, what was he? What did he work with them on?
Yeah,
I think they worked on Bonnie and Clyde, which is like, oh my god, how
that's a long time ago. Yeah.
Gene Hackman would hold a 40-year grudge, though. That makes sense.
For sure.
Gene Hackman isn't there for your Dick Tracy shenanigans. He's there to get to work and leave.
Gene Hackman would see the prosthetics of like the Alfred E. Newman guy and just walk off the set. He'd be like, I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
Get Caan.
Go get someone called Caan. And so then that all happens, and then a bunch of stuff happens.
Yeah. That's how I would describe this plot.
There's a lot of stuff that doesn't...
Stuff goes on.
Yeah.
This is a lot like they bring in like Dick Van Dyke as the DA, right? Yeah. And he's like, hey, Dick Tracy, stop going after the mob. They're actually fine. And then you find out a scene later he's corrupt.
Then we get another montage of them showing how Al Pacino's getting a lot of money. And Dick Tracy's like arresting guys.
He goes on a spree of doing his job.
This is there's first a montage of the mob being successful,
right?
And then there's another montage of Dick Tracy successfully arresting a bunch of mobsters.
I do think that Dick Tracy is arresting mobsters in both of them, and I base that off the fact that every single scene in this movie is repeated at least 5 times.
It's the kind of montage where every like 3 scenes a newspaper will spin at the scene to be like, Tracy arrests another crook, or like big boy doing well financially.
Tracy on the run again. And so then they get a listening device in Big Boy's thing. How do they get it? Oh, because of the girl, right?
They act like they're gonna. Because Al Pacino, his club is a gambling institution, and so Dick Tracy and the cops pretend like they're going in to bust it up, but then Al Pacino has like the cards are on the underside of a table, and they change the set around, and while Dick Tracy is in there talking to Al Pacino, they go and set up the listening device while some guy's dressed as a belt. This is so much to explain.
It's kind of a shell game. It's like an entire season of The Sopranos in like 15 minutes of like they bugged them, they find the bug. Well,
and that's what I'm saying too. Like so much of this movie, like there's so much that happens in this movie that you're like, did this need to happen? Like, why couldn't we just streamline this plot?
But it's never like comic mischief. Like it's never the Joker like infiltrating a museum and spray painting. It's all just like, hey, we're running a gambling racket, and then he like arrested us.
Regular crime.
So it's like they look like Roger Rabbit characters, but they're just being arrested for Goodfellas crimes. So you're like, okay,
they got a gambling.
And so then we get the montage of Dick Tracy now more aggressively arresting them. And so this one, the last one, the main point was that the mob was making a lot of money while Dick Tracy was arresting people, kind of. This one, it's mostly Dick Tracy arresting people, but the mob is still making money. And this is also my favorite one because it has Al Pacino dancing on a table for no real reason. He's like,
They also they have a lot of scenes of Al Pacino kind of being like, okay, I agree we should kill Dick Tracy, but we can't do it like openly because then I'll get arrested for it. And it's kind of like legally that's correct. Like in real life, that's how it would be. you'd be that cautious. But again, everyone's a cartoon, so this just feels
Well,
very like weird. You know?
Yeah.
It's also like the main way you kill someone is you put them in a box and then you cover it in concrete.
Right. It's a
Yeah,
signature
you would
thing.
just do it in.
They're
That's
not
niche.
finding those bodies. Yeah,
But-
like, they're not chiseling away on the bottom of the ocean.
But okay, this is good because Pacino's like, okay, like I'm very upset that all my guys are being arrested, and then so it cuts to Dick Tracy at home with the kid, and then you hear a knock on the door, and it's a woman being like, "We're here to talk about child protective services because you have an orphan living with you,"
Right.
and
You're a
the-
single man. You can't just take a kid home.
and
you can
the
have
kid-
a kid on ya.
The kid hears this and he's like, I'm going to escape out the window so they don't like get me. But Dick Tracy's like, look, let's talk it over. He opens the door and it's the two mobsters waiting for him. How did these mobsters know that he was like harboring an orphan?
Right.
They knew enough about
And not
like
only
then
the
he's single.
adoption agency legalese
Right,
to pretend to be.
They did their research, kid.
The mobsters also are looking for that kid. So they know where the kid is. They know he's with Dick Tracy. They know they want Dick Tracy.
They know-
they want the kid.
They also
But
know
they
legally that he's not
separate.
doing it the right way. They know
And
a lot
also,
about adoption law.
I do want to just let you guys know this movie is an hour and 45
I
minutes.
know.
All this stuff that is happening, it's just rushing by you. Again, why it's very hard to remember what's going
Warren
on.
Beatty did say there's a 2.5 hour director's cut, and the studio was like, no,
God.
absolutely not.
I would
only
totally
way
watch it though.
What they do when you go watch it is, if like, watch, look, that Grogu movie, it didn't do that well. So what they did is they strapped Jon Favreau to the Clockwork Orange thing, and they make him watch it.
Yeah.
This is 3 hours long. There's
Drops,
8 more
drops.
montages.
Yeah.
There's 4 more subplots involving child protective services.
I'm
But they're,
sorry.
This is something
I'm so-
they capture Dick Tracy. They bring him to like the hotel, the apartments where his girlfriend lives, in the furnace
Oh,
room.
yeah.
So it'll look like an accident where he was trying to fix the furnace and it blew up.
Yeah.
They have
That's a
him.
pretty cool way.
They have him tied to a chair, and it's like, I mean, they'd probably see that his body was tied to a chair. I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't
He
matter.
would
Yeah.
also, he
That's how he
would
fixes
also be
stuff.
cleaning this furnace in a giant yellow overcoat,
I know.
fedora hat, and a full
And they-
three-piece suit.
They also, because Pacino does go there, and he's like, hey, how about you get on our side? Get some action. Get a piece of the
Yeah.
action. That's 15,000 clams.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Dick Tracy's like, did you just try to bribe an officer of the law? And they're like,
Oh,
I
and-
guess we'll kill you then.
And I love that the kid is like watching it from the window, and he's like, "Is Dick Tracy gonna take the money?" And then Dick
I know,
Tracy
he's like-
doesn't, and the kid's like, "Yeah."
But also, like, I know this is a cartoon, but couldn't a police officer just say, yes, I'll take the money, and then immediately be like, by the way, he tried to bribe me, let's go arrest him?
Yeah.
That's
A police officer could.
not
Dick Tracy.
Batman.
Not Dick Tracy.
Not
This
Batman.
is an
the
Not
American
Dick Tracy,
gangster.
buddy. This is Dick
Yeah.
Tracy. He steals children.
Yeah.
That's the main takeaway from this comic strip.
He steals
Oh.
children, and he's bad at
So-
relationships.
Yeah.
Then the kid saves him.
Yeah.
And they run out of it, and the thing.
Oh, and then they go. They're like, "Hey,"
Yeah.
Dick Tracy's like, "Hey, let's go arrest Big Boy. He directly threatened my life." And then the DA, played by Dick Van Dyke again for like 3 minutes, is like, "No, actually, that you don't have enough evidence." He's like, "He literally tried to kill a cop directly. I'm the evidence."
I'm a
It's
cop.
like, no,
Like I'm the
Right.
evidence. Yeah.
no, he's fine. And then there's a scene of them being like, "Hey, you better keep taking my money, Dick Van Dyke." It's like we knew
Yeah.
he was corrupt.
And they're in
He
a
didn't-
funeral. Again, it looks very cool. I mean, they're in a great cemetery.
All
Yeah,
the setting,
yeah.
the sets continue to look amazing throughout
Just
this.
10 out of
film.
10. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
So then, at one point, Madonna meets up with Dick Tracy, and she's like, "I will testify if you fall in love with me." And also,
Yeah.
Tess has left because she hasn't gotten married yet. And Dick Tracy's
And-
about to kiss her, and he's like, "I can't. I love someone else." And she's like, "No." And then at the same time, Tess's mom is like, "Dick Tracy loves you, darling." And she's like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I'll just go back then." It's like, why? is this in the movie?
Dude, and Tess
Just
has
leave
no
her
self-respect.
somewhere.
Like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
Tess has no
Stand up.
Tess has no character other than mildly annoyed at Dick Tracy and like leaving him, and
I'll
then
tell you-
forgiving
And
him and
also
coming
charmed
back.
by him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. Tess has a stable job. She's a smoke show with a red hair. If Paramore had existed in 1939, Tess, you would have found yourself a better man. I'll tell you that much right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
You need to listen to
He'd still be into you. Yeah.
Yeah. So then she's gonna go back, and then Faceless is like, "Oh, Tracy, you betrayed me, so I'm not gonna betray you." And so then then Faceless goes and kills Dick Van Dyke,
Mhm.
and she sets up Dick Tracy. Yes.
Yeah,
We
he
are
like
an
so
hour-
confusing.
He
yeah.
lures
We are an
him
hour
somewhere
and
to
20
be
minutes.
gassed,
Yeah, into the flower shop.
and
We're
then
an hour and
drags.
20 minutes
Yeah,
into this
Yeah.
movie, and we've just started a framing subplot. This is our
Yeah.
10th subplot. We don't have a plot yet, but we do have
Yeah.
every subplot that could ever exist.
It's
And
like Martin Scorsese actually wrote a draft of the script, and they just like kept that. They're like, no, it's gonna be like a sprawling crime thing. Like it's gonna be awesome.
I like to think that Scorsese, Beatty, and John Landis and Spielberg, they all had their scripts and they ran into each other.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, these are mine," and he just grabbed
Yeah.
the guns and took
Yeah.
off.
it's like
This is
Hearts
gold.
of Darkness, but for Dick Tracy, basically, just a nightmare
Yeah, Hearts
production.
of Tracy. Yeah.
It's like Hearts of Darkness, but the people having the heart attack are Disney execs. If you
Hearts
watched
of
Hearts of
Dickness.
Darkness, you would understand that reference. Go get it done, cinephiles. So then she sets up Tracy, and then he ends up in jail. And then, now we're in another montage where Tracy is in jail, and the mob is now making.
Oh, and the it shows them making money
yeah,
again,
yeah,
and
yeah.
again, Al Pacino's very happy about the
I
amount
like
of money
to-
they're making.
I think this movie is better if you imagine that it takes place over like 45 years. Like,
I mean, it kind of does. It feels
Yeah.
like
it
it.
feels like it.
Everyone's kind of ageless, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and
Dick
so
Tracy is behind bars for this complicated framing plot. But then his two friends, who are also
No.
police
Before that, the kid comes in, and Dick Tracy's like, "Oh, you got a name?" And he's like, "I got a name, sir. What's your name?" He's like, "It's Dick Tracy Jr. I hope that's okay." It's like, "Yeah, I hope so too. He hasn't
Sure.
adopted you, buddy. You can't just take someone's whole name."
Yeah, you're
That'd
setting
be funny
yourself
if
for
Tracy like
disappointment.
arrested him.
Yeah.
You're impersonating a cop. You're under
Yeah.
arrest. And so
How many
Tracy's
clams did they
like-
give you?
Tracy's like, "Hey, I knew when I kidnapped you that you were going to be the right kid for me."
Yeah.
And so
Had a
then,
lot of
then he
opportunities.
goes- then they're like, "We're going to take you to the courthouse on
It's
New
like,
Year's
oh,
Eve."
but it might take 8
Oh,
hours
yeah.
to get there, Tracy. Wink
Yeah.
to give him enough time
Oh,
to
yeah.
to
Max
go
Fisher's dad.
And then
essentially
this is actually,
arrest.
Yeah.
This is essentially my favorite part because this is the only part that I feel lives up to kind of what the movie looks like. Because then he goes and talks to Mumbles, and they have his recording, and they're like, "What are you
Mhm.
trying to say here, Mumbles?" And he's like, and Mumbles like, and then they start
Yeah.
slowing it down, and then you can start hearing what he's saying.
You can
and I was
finally,
like,
yeah,
"Oh, hey, you can have fun with the world you live in."
exactly. We're finally in a cartoon
Yeah.
world.
We're
Like,
only
come
an hour
on.
and 40 minutes in.
Yeah,
But-
we only
Yeah.
have 5 minutes
There's
left.
7 minutes left of this movie, but unfortunately, this is one of those because they essentially like, all right, we have enough evidence to arrest Big Boy, and they go to do it, and there are so many cuts back to Madonna's performance during this, where I was like, just get on with it,
Yeah.
Yeah,
please, because it's this complicated where No Face has kidnapped the girl Tess.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
they're framing Big Boy
Big
for
Boy.
kidnapping Tess, and then Big Boy's like, "Oh no, I'm gonna get arrested for a kidnapping I didn't do." And this is all happening, and every like 20 seconds, you see like 20 seconds of Madonna's performance just smash cutting back and forth. I was like, you guys could have skipped this,
Listen.
or just
yeah.
If I'm directing a movie and I have someone as hot as Madonna looks in this movie,
I mean,
I'm
she's
cutting
very
to her
attractive in this.
every
yes.
chance I get. Yeah. That's why it also cuts
It's
to
just
Beatty.
the
That's why
cutting
every
is
time
so
Beatty-
confusing.
Every time Beatty's on screen, there's always a silhouette version of him because he knows he looks good in that silhouette. He's getting it done.
This is
and-
another where the cartoon aspect comes into play because he jumps down a skylight that he's like, oh, I have to get out of here. And then they realize they can Looney Tunes him back up a different skylight
Yeah.
if they like do like the
Yeah,
seesaw method. And I was like,
Right,
oh, I was in the
right.
whole movie this. Just
And then Al
silliness.
Pacino is like, oh well, the cops are here. I'll just kidnap the girl that they thought I kidnapped anyway. And so it's like, so then what was even? Why are we here?
Yeah. And this is
Yeah.
Al Pacino doing an insane amount of comedy business with this secret, like hidden,
Yeah.
because he the wine rack moves, but then he can't get it, and he's like trying to prop a wooden beam
Oh, and
against
he's
it
like,
and
this
stuff.
is awkward. This is so awkward.
It's so,
Yeah.
but I love it. I mean, again, he's
Yeah.
the best part of this movie.
He's
It's
bringing,
insane.
he's bringing out the humor that he would eventually use in Jack and Jill. But yes,
He's
so
Don Pacinoing it.
and then this is a very weird part because they go to the cellar, they get into a secret room, and they're like shooting through a tunnel.
They have like a little trolley he has to like do.
Oh,
with his
it's like a
hands.
Minecraft, a minecart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Tracy like walks in there. He tries to open the door. He realizes he can't. So then he takes off running because he knows where they're going. And then even weirder, he like runs out of the club and he's like running. And then a police car just explodes behind him for no reason.
Is that when he's shooting the Tommy gun?
Oh,
He's, like,
yeah,
shooting
because
the
all the
monsters?
mobsters are coming,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
literally kills them all with like one
Right.
Tommy gun.
Yeah, and
And
they're
again,
shooting
it-
right at
He
him.
kills them all. And like as soon as he kills them all, they just cut to a Disney exec and he's like,
Let's go.
well,
3 minutes.
buddy,
3
you're at
Yeah,
130.
you gotta get to
You're
the
already
end.
over.
You're,
Yeah.
you're at 144, guys.
It's not 90 minutes. And then I know what you're thinking. Hey, Dick Tracy looks kind of cool running. Are we going to be able to see it for about 45 minutes at the end of this film? Well, guess what? Wish granted. You did the One Wish Willow, and you were like, hey.
I love
United
Warren Beatty running.
Run in a suit, yeah. It's kind of that thing where you know that like Stallone can run really fast, and so every Rocky movie has the scene where he just starts running like a normal person, and then he
picks up
to
speed.
1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And I feel like Dick Tracy, once he saw footage of him running in the Dick Tracy suit, he's like, well, we gotta have it. We gotta have it every time. What if we put a train when I'm chasing that kid? I don't know. Let's do something.
Yeah, I gotta be running.
And I'm gonna get to my theory at the end of this. So I'm trying to get to the end because it's an
Yeah,
interesting
we're so close.
yeah. So
Yeah,
they're
he's in like
going
a
to-
machinery where he's
no, they're trying to get back to the city because they've left the city, and so they're gonna go over the bridge, but the bridge is being opened.
oh
with a
yeah.
boat in. Every scene is so complicated, and so
Yeah.
then he's like, "Let's go to the place where we can get the bridge to go down again." But it's not like it matters because there's literally a ship there. The bridge will never go down if there's an object there.
Yeah,
Anyway, it's not
that's the
important.
point.
So he's
Yeah.
like, "Let's go down there," and then they have like a standoff.
It's a bunch of gears, and he's tied her to it like a Bond villain. I mean, like when her head gets to these gears, they're gonna be crushed, Dick Tracy, unless you throw away your gun and let me kill you. You know, basically.
Your girl's about to go splat, Tracy.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
you let me get out of here.
But
I
he
wish
also
they had
kind of
done that.
overly explains it.
I
He's
agree.
like, the gear is like a clock, and when the clock gets to a certain hand, her
Right.
head
Let
it's
me talk-
like I
tell
know
you
how
about
it
levers
works,
and
man.
pulleys.
I don't.
One of the things that they kind of said in the making of, and it only comes up really at the end, is that apparently Big Boy is supposed to be really, really stupid. Because there's a part where he's like, I had a thought. It's gone. And it's like, okay, but he also like has taken over the syndicate. Like at no other point.
He's
does
also
he
constantly
try
like
to look
quoting
comically
philosophers.
dumb. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
Like
know.
that would have been a funny bit. I mean, not funny, but it would have made sense if he was constantly quoting
It
philosophers.
would have been a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been a bit, and this movie's full of them. If he was constantly quoting philosophers and he was wrong every time, like make it Beatles lyrics or something.
Right.
you know?
Yeah. All you need
So
is love,
then-
Nietzsche.
So then Faceless is like, "Oh, I got you both. Get your hands up!" And so they both have their hands up. Then the kid like beats him up, and then Al Pacino just shoots Faceless because apparently he didn't.
Oh yeah, Faceless is there, and he's like, throw it, don't throw it, whatever. He gets shot. They kill Al Pacino. They throw him down.
And they
like the
very
thing.
ceremoniously just throw him down.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could blink and miss it. Like
Yeah.
I almost like it's like, oh, okay.
Also, again, and this adds even more credence to what I'm about to say after we get to the very end of this. But just remember that he throws them down a very long shaft. And so then the movie. And then they find out who blank is, and of course it's Madonna, because I mean, there's only 3 main characters, and they're all in that room. It can't be Tess.
And the No Face do way too much about the piano player who only has scenes with Madonna outside of this, so it's like whatever.
Also, it's very funny because the whole time it's clearly like movie makeup to look like she has no face, but then right before they take off the mask, there's like a nose hole.
I know, that was so
made
weird.
out of clear plastic.
It's also just like everyone in this movie is a monster, but that's the one time it's like a costume. It's like
right.
At the very end, Dick Tracy proposes, but then he's called away by the law. So before we get our final thoughts, okay, this movie is made in 1990. It's made the year after Batman. It is insane how much this movie rips off just wholeheartedly from Batman. There's a scene where he's talking to the other mobsters and he kills a mobster to show that he's taken over. There's a scene like where they think that one thing is happening, but another thing is happening. It's just way more complicated. Even at the end, like in the original Batman, the Joker's trying to leave, and then they shoot down the Batwing, and then he can't get out. So he goes into the industrial place. He goes up to that tower, the bell tower, and then that's where they have the final showdown, which makes me realize that this is how much this ripped off of Batman, because in that movie, when Batman, spoilers for 1989's Batman, when the Joker falls, he falls down the building because they've run to the top. In this movie, they are at the bridge is lifting up, so they go into like the facilities of the bridge, but the facilities of the bridge are just on land. It's not over water.
Yeah.
So the gears would be shooting out. So there's nowhere to fall. He should have just like fall.
Yeah, it's just because it looks good. Yeah,
because they have to copy
the Joker.
Batman.
Yeah,
it's just like it's just there, and it's like It's funny how much this movie copies Batman, but doesn't understand why Batman works.
But I also think the Batman stuff's almost obvious, but I also think part of it is like if you're watching Batman, you get that Michael Keaton is kind of playing him aware that Batman is kind of crazy, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, there's a manic energy to it. Or even if you're looking at like kind of a more traditional like James Bond or something, where it's like there's supposed to be this like self-loathing a little bit. It's like you're supposed to be like, this guy is conflicted. Warren Beatty is just like, Dick Tracy's the coolest guy ever. He has no interiority. He's totally, he's a 2D detective who punches and likes dames. There's nothing there. You know?
Up until very recently, every Batman actor kind of understood that you want to be Batman. You don't necessarily want to be Bruce Wayne, because Bruce Wayne is a weirdo loser who's like constantly like, he doesn't take anything serious. He doesn't spend his money. He's like obsessed. Yeah. So you want to be Batman. And like, that's why those movies work, where Dick Tracy, you're supposed to want to be Dick Tracy or look up to Dick Tracy. Yeah,
there's no dichotomy. He's just a cool guy and Batman and the hero, and he likes women and he likes punching. Like, it's like,
and he
there's just nothing, you know.
Yeah,
it's like
it's crazy like that. And I don't know what would have made this movie work. I mean Sin City, or just do Darkman, but I think the problem is that like it does kind of feel a little bit like it was past its time, and it shouldn't have kept going. You know?
Yeah. But it's also like it's like the noir thing is like, even in Sin City, everyone's a psychotic loser. You know, it's like they show you the bad parts of their life. There's no bad part to Dick Tracy. It's just
it's just
the best guy ever. You know?
Oh my God, the piano player was Mandy Patinkin.
Oh, I did not know that. Good.
God damn it,
for him.
You are an actor. Good
this
job.
Movie has an amazingly stacked cast for how nothing it is.
And also, like,
going for it.
I think it's even funnier because, like I just said, Mandy Patinkin plays the piano player. William Forsythe plays Hammerhead, and they all just get shot. Like, there's no like grand fight. Even Al Pacino just kind of like, he gets shot and then they just kind of throw him down the cell. There's not like a big fight scene where like the coolest part of Batman is the part at the end where he's like, you never hit a guy with glasses, right? And he's like, I didn't make you, you made me. Like, the whole movie, we're waiting for them to like butt heads face to face and kind of have this monologue between each other. Yeah. But there's not in this movie. It's just okay. It's just happening.
Everything's fine.
But yeah, I don't know. I would say watch it just to see how bonkers this movie
It's still
is.
it is
Yeah,
it is very surreal, and I do think
Yeah.
if you just like kind of like set design and like makeup stuff, it is like amazing for that,
I
because you're
know
just like, what? Why did they
Right.
let them do this? You know.
I know we say this about every other movie, but if you just put it on in the background,
This is Legend
Yeah.
all over
party
again,
time.
man.
Listen,
Like
put
I would
on
consider.
that-
Oh, go for
Oh,
it. Go
ahead.
for it.
No.
I think like Legend incomprehensible, but like I had a great time watching it because it's just so
Yeah.
bonkers, and it looks so cool. Like I watched Dick Tracy during COVID, and it was the exact same experience. Like it's crazy and it doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense at all. But like
Yeah.
I like to watch it because it's cool. Like it looks cool.
It's almost worse
so
to
odd.
to try to
a-
pay attention to, because
Yeah,
you
like,
almost
the
just
plot
want the
doesn't matter.
vibes, you know.
Exactly. Like watching it during
Yeah.
COVID without the podcast, like was great. Having
Yeah.
to watch it for the podcast,
Taking
having
notes,
to,
I'm
like,
like,
talk
wait,
about
what?
it. It's like, oh no, this is
Who-
totally not the experience you're supposed to have.
Who's
Dick
betraying
Tracy.
who? Yeah.
Right, because it doesn't matter. Like, who cares? Like,
And I think
just
that's the
put it
thing.
on.
You know what's kind of funny is like you almost wish that this movie was more simple. Like it was just Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
Maybe I think even just have like, okay, you have Dick Tracy. He's chasing the mob. His main bad guy is Al Pacino, and then some guy starts killing mobsters, and like, oh, is he gonna have to get Dick Tracy's help? You know?
Right. Like
Yeah.
Sin
Would've
City
been-
keeps it pretty simple like that, and that's why.
Yeah,
it
they're
works.
all very. It's
Yeah.
always a very straightforward setup. Whereas this one's like, hey, here's 5 different gambling rackets that we have to hear about and then watch
Right.
like succeed and then fail. Yeah.
Yeah. And now he's dead, and so it didn't matter at all.
Yeah.
Like they shot him. They shot him immediately.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's cool to watch Warren Beatty. And so Warren Beatty has refused to let go of the Dick Tracy rights. Every time he might lose the rights, he goes on the Turner Classic
Turner
Movie
Classic
Channel
Movies.
and
Yeah.
does like an interview as Dick Tracy talking about the Dick Tracy movie. And the
God.
I
court
love it.
have judged that that's enough to get him to
Oh,
keep the rights. So they did try to sue
Yeah,
him because
it-
that's the stupidest shit ever.
It'll always be like
so
25 minutes, just enough to legally be. But see, that's almost more charming than Dick Tracy himself. Is how much Warren Beatty loves Dick Tracy. You know, it's
Right.
like
Yeah.
he really
gonna be
like
big
put his
someday.
heart into this, even though
Yeah.
there's just nothing there. You know.
I've never even
Yeah.
seen Dick Tracy available to buy on like Blu-ray, like at a store.
It is, you know what it is? Kind of that thing where I feel like there's certain Disney movies, like Disney's the worst company about this, where if you have a bomb or a movie that didn't last as much as they wanted it to, you're erased from existence. Like
Dude,
even
for
John
real.
Carter, no one,
Yeah.
like, it's very hard to find John
It
Carter.
just doesn't. Yeah.
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 You know who else loves it? And I actually remember this because years before I saw this movie, they were giving Al Pacino a Lifetime Achievement Award, you know, because, you know, it happens at an award show. And it was doing a montage of all his films. And he's just like, whatever, watching it. And then it gets to the Dick Tracy part. And he, word for word, starts mouthing the speech that he's giving in the clip
Nice.
from Dick Tracy.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, oh my God, he loved that role so
Yeah.
much that, like,
That's so cool.
30 years later, it was coming to him. Just every
It's
single,
kind of
like,
like-
line.
Oh yeah.
Even
Yeah.
right before, like even like up until a couple years ago, they asked Frank Langella like what his favorite role is, and he was like, it's Skeletor. It's like, it shouldn't be, man. You've been in so many movies. Like,
I
it's
know.
Like,
Skeletor.
Do you remember your
Yeah.
filmography?
Are you sure? Yeah.
Yeah.
But so
Let me
check
go
it
pull
out.
I
that
love
on
that
Wikipedia.
about it. I love that the actors in it loved making it. You know,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So rent Dick Tracy. Do it at least once. So
do
you
it for
know
Yeah.
Warren Beatty and
what
Madonna.
movies
Yeah.
are.
Do it for
And-
War
Yeah.
and Peace. Yeah.
And we'll see you guys. I don't know what summer movie we're coming over next week, but you'll find out when you look at the title of next week's episode.
Yeah. Unless you're
So-
binging, don't even look.
And until then, yeah,
Just
just put on the playlist.
Do the
and-
playlist
Yeah,
and
go for
comment
it.
on all the videos as you come across
Yeah.
them. Boost
Yeah.
those numbers. Come on.
But yeah, comment. We would love it. So we'll. And
Andrew
we
will
see you
read
guys
them and respond. He is that way.
Summertime next week on the Bomb Squad.
The Living ZZ.